Let's all hug until next Thursday. Hold on tight, don't let hearts stray. The world can turn, but
Despite being small, Fingleberry's office was lined with shelving and crammed with books such that the removal of one would remove them all. The books were Fingleberry's favourites, unknown volumes and forgotten editions. They were old and weathered and gave his office an incense of musty paper, saged ink and aged leather. It was a room both pregnant and claustrophobic and left Tabby spellbound. Indeed, she sometimes wondered whether punching patrons in the face was merely excuse to be summoned to it. Fingleberry wedged himself behind a bunker of books built upon his desk in response to their previous arguments. Tabby followed, besotted by books rather than pending reprimand. He watched her with concern and a sadness for her struggle. Were it not for her blood-stained paws, anyone would assume the most violent thing she contended with each day was getting up at the beginning of it. A dog, tall and old, Fingleberry wore glasses that he peered over unless reading, and an old worn coat that he never took off. He had the look of the austere, a drawn searcher and the bearing of a cleric. Being a kindly animal, he had readily granted Tabby's position in the library, though had not anticipated it being such a violent one.
"Tabby," he said, "as we have discussed on previous occasions, there is a limit to how often I can permit this sort of behaviour."
She stopped browsing, and her gaze fell to a carpet so old that only mould held it together.
"I have tried helping you," he said. "I am a very tolerant animal, as you know, and will do anything I can to assist your treatment, but you must understand that I cannot allow such wanton violence upon patrons or staff, including me."
She said nothing, aware she had broken his nasal septum twice previously.
"We all get cross, Tabby. Goodness, we all get frustrated, but you are an intelligent animal. And I cannot understand your predisposition of smashing animals' faces in."
She stared at dusty spines, wondering at the tales they recounted. With a sigh, Fingleberry withdrew from his bunker. Considering what he was about to say, he felt to deserve a punch in the face.
"I am very sorry, Tabby, but although I am head librarian, the Great Library of Liebe is governed by animals far more influential than me. Your antics have become impossible to hide, which leaves me in an untenable position."
She said nothing.
"As much as it grieves me, I am on the verge of having to relinquish your terms here."
He braced, expecting a flail of paws, expletives and books. When none arose, he opened an eye. She continued perusing books, though blinked through tears. Although feeling wretched, there was nothing he could say that had not been said countless times already. There's a limit to the sacrifice one can make for another before both become embroiled in slaughter. She reached to touch a spine.
"I understand." "Yes, but you've said that before."
He sighed, aware of the waste. Whether in medicine or a library, she had much to give, yet was burdened with a mind too insane to deliver.
"I can hardly blame you," she said.
"That you have given me opportunity at all leaves me grateful." He looked away, finding her loneliness more painful than a smashed snout.
"Tabby, other than sick notes from Funnel Bremley, I know little of what you battle. Perhaps you might help me understand what frustrates you so. I know you to be above the mediocrity of others, so why do they infuriate you?"
She sniffed at tears and wiped blood upon shelving. The books had age, wisdom and contentment, while she had nothing.
"Do you truly not know?" he said. "After all your sessions with psychiatrists, do you still not understand your anger at others?"
"I'm not angry at others," she whispered, "or frustrated with them, despite how it might appear. I am angry and frustrated with myself."
"But why? You are an intelligent animal, and you've been so committed to getting better. Surely you can find kindness rather than frustration."